pretty swift. They're ready to get this contest underway. Just waiting on the umpire's readiness to hold the ball aloft. As we see, Easton kicking to the left hand of the screen and Yarra to the right. Ball is aloft. And there is the siren. So we are underway here at Ford Park for Div 2 Girls Interleague football. The ball is just scrambling in the middle of the ground at the moment. Picked up, but also still in congestion here at the moment. The ball is sped out and it could be a first clearance. No, umpire said he will have it. As he asks for the ruckman to nominate. Ball knocked down. Both teams trying to scrap the ball forward. They almost do. Miss handballs. The ball probably playing a bit of a part in the slipperiness of the ground. We do get a little kick forward, not too much to their delight, as we see they will now try and use their hands. But now intercepted, but it will come back in with Yarra, and they kick it towards the 50. Ball just, both teams trying to just pick up this ball up. It's pretty hard, as you know, with the rain, as they try to get this ball out, and the umpire almost saying my ball, but the ball does spit out. And it will, as all the players struggling to pick up the footy, but now they do now. And he's trying to just play this little handball game, trying to get out of it. Probably not the best choice with the slippery footy, but they do eventually get it out. And Yarra try to defend it. They do well with the repeat inside 50. And you almost expect this ball will go out of play, but it won't. Well kept in. Top of the goal square kick. Almost a mark. As the ball just there and the umpire circling around waiting. As we haven't had a stoppage just yet in the field of play. Finally, we do get a stoppage. Deep inside for the Yarra Junior Football League. As the ruckman go again. Very much congested. Well, I said it's holding the football, so it'll go to Easton. And they can choose to try and take this ground as the ball does come out towards Merrigan, but she couldn't pick it up. Ball will keep inside 50 here for now for Yarra, trying to handball the way through it again. Not probably the best option, as I said, but they'll keep going. Umpire circles and says, I'll have it again. So we can see this contest sort of footy will play a big part. So it'll be with a team that's the cleanest at ground level and can get the ball inside 450 to their targets. As the tackling pressure so far has been fantastic. The kick does come out though. Merrigan again couldn't get her hands on it. Ball does fall to ground and he's trying to clean it up, but they really can't at the moment, because at the moment the pressure from Yarra has been amazing, and the ball will come out with a nice clever tap. Umpire still circling around this contest, waiting for stoppage, but there won't be, as we have another stoppage. So it's a tough game to analyse at the moment, but it's very in and under at the moment. You can't really get a clean ball out. As we're still waiting, but it won't. Umpire does a smart thing and just holds this ball up. And he goes again with the two rucks. Almost kicked out of there by Yarra. Trying to get it towards their teammate. They couldn't. Easton all over this ball. Couldn't get the ball out, but now they try to. Nicely tackled. They've Grant around this stoppage at the feet. Almost got the hands on it. Now it'll come out to her. Tries to pick it up. Couldn't. Umpire says I'll have it again. Almost a nice tap down there for Easton. They do get it forward on this occasion. So their first real forward entry in their forward half. Couldn't quite tackle the Yarra. So the forward pressure is there for Easton. This ball tries to spit out. And at the moment, it's this ball just almost just trailing on this ground, and it's hard to pick up for each players on opposing sides. Umpire again will have a stoppage. As the ball does spit out again, now it's to Yarra. But we're having the ball up almost. No, the ball does come out. So Yarra try to get their evasive skills going. Easton all over this ball. And umpire will say, I'll hold it now. As the breakaway now for Yarra, they do get it forward. Not so much avail, though. A nice mark for Easton in their back defensive. That was Ferguson who took a great grab. She went forward, trying to find a target. Couldn't. Ball kicked off the deck for Yarra. As they're trying to just move this ball forward, no matter how they can get it forward. They have got two forwards. It's 2v2 at the moment in the forward line. A sling tackle, but got the ball to ground. And in their forward half at the moment, Yarra. A nice tackle again. So they're laying that forward pressure that we know they can in these conditions. Ball will come out towards Easton, but they can't pick it up. And this ball is just ping-ponging around at the moment. It is tough to get any sort of hands on control on the footy. They almost do, but they have got the goalkeeper back there, do Easton. Again, nice little tackle from Yarra, holding the ball in their forward line. Umpire says, I'll have it again. So, ball ping-ponging from one end to the other. It's both teams trying to take the middle of the ground almost, you can see. As ball does come out again through Easton, but immediately wrapped up in a tackle. As Yarra continue this forward pressure. Still no score yet. Umpire says, across his arms, he says, I'll have it again. Still waiting for the first score of this contest. We know it's going to be hard all day, but the team that can convert in these conditions will be the team you suspect will get the job done. As we wait, and Yarra do get a kick out almost towards the goals, but they couldn't. Nice pressure from Easton in their back line. And they do some evasive work, try and get out of their trouble. But again, almost the ball was locked up. And the ball just trying to, both Easton trying to get this ball out, but the umpire does say, I'll ball it up again. So it's more of the same thing in this. We've just gone past almost 13 minutes in this first quarter. And we're just seeing this ball almost really can't get past the, I guess, halfway in the forward half for both teams. As the ball does go on this far side now. And Easton try and just tap it forward. They do it nicely. And the congestion right in front of the benches, that is the Easton bench. They do get it forward a little bit. And the ball almost locked up again. And that is. So both teams just trying to get it forward as much as they can. No matter how they get it forward, kicking off the ground, tapping it onto a teammate. It's what you have to do in these conditions at the moment. As a nice tackle again from Easton. Their pressure has been immense. And umpire says, I'll have it again. So, ball not really doing a whole lot on this wing at the moment. Both rucks been jostling for position. Yarra do get it forward now. And Easton well defence back there. And there's the ball, as Yarra try and just climb on this ball and try and hold it in, and they do. That's what we got to do. Hold the ball, get stoppages in this weather. Because you never know. With this Melbourne weather, we know. Easton try and get the ball out. They couldn't.
Thanks, mate.
Kick does go inside forward 50 for Yarra. And now they just trying to almost hold this ball up to Easton. They do really well. They try and go on the other side of the ground, but nice smothering from Yarra. They do lock it in their forward half. And now ball just spitting out. And again, it's just a loose handball coming out from Yarra in their forward half. But they do get a kick out and a goal. First for the day for Yarra. That's the start they wanted, and they get it. So at the moment on the scoreboard, Yarra do get the goal they needed. And it's on the Higher Depot scoreboard. A goal is kicked, and it's Yarra immediately on the scoreboard. After a sort of 10 to 15 minutes of scrappy football, they finally get a kick towards goal, and they do make it count, which is what you have to do. with these conditions, as players quickly trying to get off the ground, and interchanges with the umpires waiting in the centre of the ground. Hopefully no 6-6-6, and there isn't, as the umpire does throw it back up. Both rucks try and get a clear hand on it. They couldn't. It's Yarra again with the centre clearance. So their midfield is going to work at the moment. And it's Eastern again who do repel with their back line. They do get a kick forward. Won't fall in the hands of anyone in particular. Yarra try and just manufacture this ball in their back line. They use their hands and they do it very well. They get it back into the middle of the ground. Pretty dangerous with Eastern all around this footy. And they do get it. Another rush kick forward. Not what you want if you're the coach of Eastern at the moment. You want them to hold the ball, possess it, find the right options. And they can't, as the ball is thrown up again here at the 50. Rucks go again. It's Yarra again with a centre clearance. At the moment, a nice tap on Smart from Yarra. They do get it forward. And it will come through into their forward line. But Eastern again just repelling and just getting the ball out no matter how they get it out. It's an effective touch. When they do get a couple of 30 to 40 metres on it, back in the middle of the ground where it has been, the ball has really lived this most part of the first quarter. As both teams trying to get this ball, it's a very sort of even centre bounce there with all the players around the footy. He's a nice shepherd there, so they'll get a forward entry. They do. So now they can really trick this ball, try and forward. They've got a one-on-one in the goal square almost. They find it. The ball will come a little bit shorter than that. Eastern do get a kick away. And it is a behind. So Eastern had their opportunity going forward, and they couldn't take it. I think Barras had the shot at goal for Eastern, but couldn't find the target, which is the two big sticks. Try to dribble it home, and that takes the score to them to 1 on the Higher Depot scoreboard. As the ball will be thrown up again, so hopefully the fact that the Eastern can get this ball, lock it in their forward line, and hopefully get another shot at goal. And they can't at the moment because the Yarra defender's doing very, very well to hold this ball up. They do get it back outside their forward defensive line. Eastern do very well with their handballs to try and get it forward. They do again, but again it's the sort of bone-crunching tackles from Yarra, which is saving at the moment. As the ball just ping-ponging around at the moment, and it's Yarra who try and get it forward, but they can't. And now Eastern also trying to just muscle it forward, but both teams trying really hard, but comes to no avail, except the ball will be dribbling towards the pocket for Eastern. Nicely picked up. And at the moment, it's just been a stoppage Warrington game at the moment. It's, for the fans, it's not really what they want to see. They want to see this scoring sort of game, being an interleague game. As the ball is tapped down again. It'll be Yarra with the clearance in their defensive 50. The ball does not go a long way away, but it's their centre-half backs that try to do the job here, and they do, with Eastern right next to them all the time. It's just this panic football in the middle of the ground and on the ball. It's tough to get this ball out. Eastern do try, but they can't. It's Yarra again to get this ball out. And a nice mark coming from Eastern. And they can re-attack in their forward line at the moment. They do. And now it's Yarra who defend really, really well. Nice intercepting mark. And they'll go back outside their defensive line. And both these teams trying to just get any sort of territory they can. It's pretty tough, as I said. The ball will almost come out. Doesn't. Yarra still trying to get this ball outside their centre-half back position. The ball does go a little way, but umpire does blow. That's a mark, and it will go to Sajo for Eastern. And the spoils do come for Yarra. As the umpire trying to read on this play, the ball will be locked in, but no. Will be Eastern trying to get the snap. Still can't. Ball ping-ponging around in this sort of, you could say, forward pocket for Eastern. And the ball will roll over the boundary line. So we'll have a throw in here in the Eastern forward pocket. I'm just looking for this sort of the small forwards to get on the move here for Eastern. Trying to find a way to make some space. They do. And a goal is kicked. So as I said, they want to get their small forwards on the move, and that's exactly what they did. So Eastern hit back on the scoreboard. They now take the lead. It's 1-1-7 Eastern to just one straight for YJFL on the High Depot scoreboard. A quick reminder to thank our sponsors for today: NRK, Swinburne University of Technology, High Depot, Pivot Sports Performance, Sports Safe Australia, and Higher Hair House, also a sponsor for today. Thank all them. Ball will be thrown up again with the rucks to do the work. It is Eastern. They get the clearance once again. They try to move this ball forward, and at the moment it's been all Yarra when they do attack this sort of moment of the ground, but they are well set up behind the ball, Eastern, as they almost trying to get this ball out of bounds. So Yarra be a good choice for them. Umpire circling and Pays holding the ball. So fantastic pressure from Yarra. As just on our little wing here. Almost an intercepting mark there for Batson. She couldn't do anything with it. Gives it to the umpire, and she will throw it up for the ruckman to go at it again. Cleanly tap one there by Eastern. Couldn't do much with it with the roving with the midfielders. As the umpire will throw it up again. Eastern again with the taps. But umpire almost paid hold on the ball there. Took him on, did the Yarra, but the ball will go back inside Eastern's forward line. And the ball just on this centre half forward region for Eastern. Yarra do well to get this ball out, but it's going to be coming straight back for Eastern. And Yarra well set up defensively again, but the ball will spit out the back towards the goal square, so a dangerous spot for the defenders of Yarra. But they do well to get their handball game going, trying to escape this pressure from Eastern. Eastern again with their intercepting sort of handballing in their forward half, doing well. And they'll get a repeat stoppage. So for Eastern, it's Ebiak who did really well. Got this ball out was Yarra though this time. On this far wing at the moment, almost, or centre half, if you like, for Eastern. They can almost get this ball out, and it'll coming back for Eastern again. So I guess forwards on high alert at the moment with the repeat entries. But the ball umpire will have it again inside the forward line for Eastern. Again, it's the tap down coming from Eastern, and again it's the kicking out for Yarra out of the defensive line, and it's almost Eastern just trying to get this ball forward. No matter how they get it forward, they'll take it. It's a very risky sort of kick outside and onto the wing position, but they do well and they do escape and get it back into their forward line. Eastern well defended though by Yarra, but the ball will go out the back towards the goal score, almost kicked off the ground there, and the ball will be held up right on the line, on the goal line almost, or umpire does signal for the rucks to come in. And the tap, well done from Yarra to get the ball outside that sort of forward line. And Eastern do well to get their handball game tight, but smothering from Yarra was just as good. And the ball will come out for Yarra. So the attack from their back half has been really, really good this quarter, Yarra, but they're not letting on the scoreboard, which won't be like. And for their coaches. As we have a repeat stoppage in the eastern forward line. And umpire does pay hold on the ball, so it'll be a free kick to Eastern. For their sake, they want to get this ball as long as they can. The siren does sound, so we'll have a kick. We won't have a kick after the siren. And as quarter time does arrive, it is 1-7 for Eastern, and it's 1 goal only for Yarra. So Eastern leading on the scoreboard 1 point on the higher depot scoreboard. We'll take a break here here at Ford Park. Thank you. We'll be back just after this. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Ford Park for today's Interleague game with the Girls Division 2 game. Under the lights at Ford Park, a very nice, picturesque start to the game. It's been a little bit scrappy, though, with the play. At the moment, the scoreboard does read 1 goal straight for YJFL. That's Yarra, and also 1 goal 1 for Eastern. So that's on the High Depot scoreboard. It's, as I said, it hasn't been the best sort of quality game at the moment, but I'm sure myself and all the fans here today will be looking for a better second quarter. So the players are about to run to their positions. Eastern are ready, and also Yarra just waiting to come back into the game. So we have seen 2 goals at the moment in this contest. It has been, as I said, a very congested sort of style of contest. In the middle of the ground, also in the defensive and the forward lines for both oppositions. It's been tough to, I guess, get their hands on the ball. There could be the weather that does play a bit of a factor in this contest, but nonetheless, it is close on the scoreboard. That's all we can ask for. So we're looking for a better and also another tight second quarter. Umpires waiting for the players to get into their 6-6-6 formation. And the ball is aloft. And there's the siren for the second quarter here at Ford Park. Division 2 Interleague Girls Contest. And it's, again, the tackling pressure for both teams is on show at the moment. With the ball not moving a lot, but it is sort of in the forward half of Yarra. Azano kicking to the left of the screen. And they do try and get the tap forward, with also Eastern trying to repel that, as the umpire says, I'll have it. Ruckman steady themselves. And it's, again, it's sort of that sort of tackling high pressure game that we've seen so far. But it is Eastern that do get a kick out this wing next to us. And also it's done well by Yarra. Do get a kick forward, nicely smothered. And the ball will sort of go towards that Yarra forward half. Ball locked in. Umpire says, I'll have it. As we've seen a lot, the stoppage contest for this game in the first quarter, there was a lot of stoppages we could see. And at the moment, it's Yarra trying to jostle, and it's Cox jostling for position for Yarra. She gets the tap into their ruck rover positions, trying to get them to run onto the footy. They couldn't. Easton will get this ball out, except is a missed kick, and the ball will go out in the full. It'll be a free kick to Yarra. It'll go to Shepherd for the YJFL Yarra team. And the kick doesn't really favour her opposing teammate. I think it was also Grant asking for the mark. Did hold it for a long time. Fortunately, the umpire did say, no, I'm not going to pay that. As the throw-in does go a fair bit way past the rucks. Could have been called back, but it won't be. Instead, it's Yarra going forward. They couldn't get a sort of the loft on the kick that they probably were hoping for. As the umpire says, across his arm and says, I'll have it again. That was Cole who got the kick forward for Yarra. Now it's their midfield going to work at the moment. And then it'll be number 56, Ferguson, also for Easton. She's had a good start to this contest in the first half. And her kick goes to a teammate. And it's also Easton trying to build up the ball. They can't. It was McGillen who got the kick into the forward line, but just couldn't hit the target. And it's just this contest again. It's tackling pressure, but Yarra do escape with it. Through Cole again, who gets a little trickling ball forward. Couldn't for her teammate. Hand pass just missed. Opposing teammate for Eastern. This ball right in the centre half forward, right in the centre of it. for Yarra as they try to lock this ball in. It's Cox who does get a handball away, but to no avail, straight to Easton. They turn it over again. So these handballs, a bit inerrant for both teams. Lucky not to be punished on the turnover. So Cox again with the clean tap forward for Yarra. But now it's this time it's Easton that do get the ball forward. And the ball does trickle towards the sort of centre forward mark with the kick going almost to the top of the goal square and almost a mark for Easton. Could have been a shot at goal chance there. Ball will be locked up. Umpire says, crosses his arm, says, I'll have it. As we can see the fans here at Ford Park getting out next to the fences, next to the play with the rain just staying away, which is what we love to see at the footy. As it's Yarra again with the centre clearance, or clearance I should say, in their defensive line. And they do get it forward to no avail with Easton, do get the ball handball towards their teammates. They couldn't. It's Yarra again, just holding up this ball. Tackling pressure again from both sides on display. And umpire does find a free kick. High contact, that was the out-of-zone umpire paying that. And we'll go to Easton. They can go forward again. Almost a nice mark on this wing side near us. But a well-judged and well-second effort for Easton. They do get it forward, top of the 50 almost, and it is a good mark. And she's gone over the line and she'll go straight to the top of the goal square. And it will just fall in the hands of the small backman for Yarra. Handballs from Easton okay until the last one. And then Easton again get the snap on goal. Couldn't find a target, but now they do. So they do find a target after a lot of efforts in their forward line. At the moment, it will be number 43 for Easton. Jeans will have a set shot and she will miss to the right-hand side. So another opportunity gone begging for Easton there. Scoreboard looking 1 goal straight for Yarra to 1 goal 2-8 for Easton. That is on the Higher Depot scoreboard. Again, it's Yarra just also diving on this footy, just trying to get it out of the defensive half, and they couldn't on that occasion. It was well pressured by Easton. As we see Cox again in the ruck. No real ruck win there for both teams. And again, it's Yarra who do get the handball game going, but it's a no one there. It'll fall to number 34, Shaw for Easton, but they will get it forward again. So have another player in mind. Almost a mark, but dropped. Another chance, possibly missed. Yarra's tackling really, really good. Cox got the handball. She tried. It's the rain starting to tumble here at Ford Park. It is hard to get a handball out here. It is very hard. Conditions now starting to really test both teams. The umpire, it could become a high stoppage game now at the moment if it already hasn't. Again, it's Easton, the handball. But again, it's to no avail for their teammates. Another stoppage will have. Handball from Batson. Try and go to a teammate. She's been in the middle of the ground all day, trying her heart out for Easton. And again, it's Yarra who do get the ball out towards their forwards, but they are pushed far up the ground. Cox trying to get a hand on it. Couldn't. And again, it's Easton and the Yarra here in the middle, just trying to muscle their way on the footy, and they can't. Umpire says, I'll have it again. So it's another stoppage. Cox in the ruck for Yarra. Ball spit out here. So it could go for a way of Yarra. It won't. And again, the ball will be held up, but almost, but well done from Yarra then. Got the ball out, and right in front of us, the umpire will throw it in. As the ruckman get right in line with the boundary umpire, will throw it in front of us with a nice throw in. There's no real ruck for Easton there. They got there late, but I'm not sure if the umpire did call them to come in. And it'll be Yarra trying to get this ball out. They do almost. Tackling pressure again from Easton's been on display. All right, this wing near us. As the ball just always just finds a way to spitting out with these conditions. Again, both teams telling their players to spread out of the contest, not getting too congested. And it's the team with the advantage on the scoreboard in these sorts of conditions that'll go really, really well. Again, for Eastern, they get it forward. Pushing the back, umpire said yes, he does. It'll be a free kick. It was Batson again who got the clearance for Eastern. And then it'll be a chance for Eastern to capitalise on the scoreboard if they can. The kick will go to the top of the goal square. Is there anyone there? There really isn't. And it'll fall in the hands of Yarra again. So, I guess the insufficient sort of play on the ball for Eastern in their forward line isn't really helping them. But they'll get a reload here. Back inside. Kick will go very, very far. And a good mark. So, Eastern will get that opportunity they wanted. And it will come through their forward line. Forwards to have a set shot here. Not a slight angle, but it is tough in these conditions. 30 metres out almost, you could say. The ball does travel a long way. If you're Yarra, I hope this ball goes over the line. It doesn't. And now it does. So, did well to get that through over the line. Another minor score. So, again, it's Eastern just trying to get their advantage on the score, but they couldn't. And now they move to 1 goal, 3 to 1 goal on the High Depot scoreboard. And it's another congestion on this wing in front of us. It's tough to get the ball out with this tearing rain coming down at Ford Park under the lights on a cold, wintry sort of Wednesday night. It is tough for both teams. Even the umpires to see the action at the moment, they really can't. It was that prior opportunity. It was, and it'll be a free kick to Eastern. So their free kicks are tumbling for them at the moment because their high pressure, high tackling has been on display this second quarter. They have the advantage, but not really the advantage on the score, but they would be hoping for. And now they can link up with their handball chain. They can have another shot at goal almost. The kick did come in, but it was from Taylor. Couldn't get it to a teammate as the ball again in this pocket for Eastern. And umpire says I'll have it. So a forward line sort of entry and a stoppage here for Eastern. See if they can work out a chance to get that major, the 6-pointer that we want to see for them. And is it a high contact free kick? It is. So Eastern will get that chance and they'll have a set shot at goal. And it's not going to be a easy one of these ones. It's Marino will have a set shot here. Doesn't really take her time. She does go to her teammate, but it is touched. So another opportunity. Not easy in these conditions, as I said, but you want to sort of take them on the scoreboard, get the advantage they want. As the ruckman in the forward line do go, but it's not the usual ruckmans, it's the tall forwards doing the work at the moment. As the ball will be thrown up again. So Eastern with an almost chance, you could say. As the ball will fall into the hands of Yarra. They get the relieving kick for their backman, but guess what? It's coming straight back. Eastern set up well defensively. Set up that sort of wall, the great wall of Eastern at the moment. They can't get it out. Can Yarra? The ball will come back in, but it's the defensive line of Yarra in their forward line, deep in their forward line, doing really well. They'll link up with their handball chain. Ball will come out, almost a mark for Eastern, or almost Yarra too, almost marked the same footy there. So umpire said no play on, ball came to ground. Almost a evasive sort of tackling for the Eastern. They try to get out of trouble with their sort of foot speed and handball skills. Not really the easiest choice in these conditions, as I said. The ball will come out, and it'll go to number 43, Jeans again. Set shot here. The ball does go a long way in the air. It does fall to ground. And again, the ball does fall to ground in a tackle. So we've seen that a lot. So the dispossessing in tackles done really, really well for both teams. The ball almost goes out, but Yarra do really well to keep it alive. And that is holding the ball. So it'll go to Eastern again. Can this be the opportunity they need to get the advantage on the scoreboard with Gatto, number 55. Almost a check side right foot, inside out. Is it there? I tell you what, it's there. So that's the chance they need, and that's the chance they got. They kick a goal. That could almost be the goal of the day by SportSafe Australia. That was a ripping goal from the angle in this tough conditions, but she did it very well. And on the scoreboard, it's looking a bit more easier for Eastern. They moved to 2 goals, 3-15 to 1 goal straight for Yarra, and that's on the High Depot scoreboard. And a quick reminder to thank our sponsors, NRQ, Swinburne University of Technology, High Depot, Pivot Sports Performance, SportSafe Australia, and also Hair House. So thanks to all of them sponsors for today's game here at Ford Park. But Ruckman go at it again, and it's Easton again with the clearance. In front of us again in this sort of wingish area. Both teams trying to get this ball out, and it's Yarra once again who do really well to get it out, but they just can't really do much with it when they go forward. And it's a tackling pressure again. Nicely stripped out there was from Taylor. She got it forward for a forward line to go at it. Could be pushing the back there. Umpire says that you hold on to it. So it'll be a free kick to Easton. Number 45 for Easton, O'Reilly. She'll go there almost the top of the goal skirt, trying to find a way for her teammates to go at it again. They couldn't. And once again, this congested sort of style of footy. And a free kick will go to, guess who again? Easton. So they're getting first hands for the footy. That's all you can ask for at the moment. The kick will go towards the pocket, but it's Yarra again defensively. They're doing a fantastic job. And they'll get a holding the man free kick here in their defensive line. And they want to go forward from here in this position. They just want to sort of get it over the boundary line you'd expect. They can't really do much with it. Touched off the hands there of Easton. They try and get a repeat entry. They can't. Yarra do well again defensively. Little lapses have cost Yarra in this quarter. Again, it's Easton trying to get the snap on goal almost. But Yarra again doing really, really well defensively to hold the ball up. Up I said, I'll have it again. So it is as I said, it's a 9-point lead for Easton at the moment. As the ball will fall over the boundary line again. So Ruckman will go back to work in this Eastern forward pocket as we wait for the ball to come back into play. And it is back in. So Yarra fell to the back of the stoppage. Almost Yarra could fall onto that and get the ball out of the defensive line, but they couldn't. And holding the ball is the call, and it will go to Eastern. And now, is this the opportunity that they need? Is this the way they can get back into this contest? It will be almost a 20-metre kick here to get the scoreboard ticking over for Eastern, to get an assailable lead in this quarter. It is another behind, so that moves the scoreboard to 2 goals, 4 for Eastern, and just the 1 straight for Yarra. So not taking any chance in this quarter. They wouldn't mind one more at the moment, but that's on the High Depot scoreboard here at Ford Park. And now they try to use their foot running skills to their advantage here to Yarra. They couldn't get this ball sort of past that halfway point on the wing there. They can't really get it past that sort of centre circle place there in the middle of the ground. So the defenders just have to sort of buckle up and just sort of defend and repeat inside 50s. They have to do it again here with Easton going forward. But again, it's the Yarra defensive line doing another good job with all these repeat entries. You'd sort of expect them to sort of lack that tackling intensity, but they've done really well. Again, it's Easton with the sort of muscling the ball forward. They almost get a chance at goal, but they don't. It's Yarra again doing really, really well defensively, and they'll hold the ball up. It's what you have to do when you're in the back line and your defence is under forward pressure. Just hold the ball and just get a stoppage. Try and work the way out of the defensive with the handballs and also the kicking off the ground in these conditions, you could say. As it's again, it's on the ground level at the moment. Umpire says, I'll have it again. Thank you very much. We're ticking down to almost 2 minutes and 45 seconds left in this second quarter. With the kick will go forward. Touched, said the umpire. Ball will still stay in play just in this pocket for Easton. A very dangerous position for a defender to be Yarra. And they do very well to get the handball chain going. Shot a goal, and it's a major. So again, Easton with their handballs in the wet, it's not as easy as they are, but they've been probably more slicker and more clean in their forward line, and another major on the scoreboard. That moves them to another major on the scoreboard, which will move them even further in the lead. And now it's gone to 5 goals for 22. Or sorry, 2 goals for 22. 3 goals for 22, I should say. To 1 goal straight for Yarra on the higher depot scoreboard. Sorry, I had a couple of goes at that one, but finally got in the end. That's what matters. As the umpire in readiness again, he'll throw it up. Rucks go again. And it's again Easton with the first hands on the ball. It couldn't be for their ruckmans. They're out doing very well to get their teammates' first use. Send it Selbiak. Gets a tap down almost to her teammate with the Easton on the Rovers. Almost high contact there. Umpire said no, play on. They'll go forward though, Will Easton. And a sort of tap down almost for Easton in their centre forward. They do get it forward. Yarra again repel, but that is holding the ball almost. Yarra did really, really well to get the ball out. They'll just hold this ball up again, drag it in and just hold it in. Will Easton also, the ball almost comes out. Ball at ground level again. Here's a chance. Easton with a handball. Shot a goal almost smothered, well smothered from Yarra. They will hold this ball up. They won't want any more scores with not long left on the clock. Hit the post. So not far away there again, Easton. So they move just one point more in the lead here with 3 goals, 5-23 to 1 goal straight. That is on the high depot scoreboard here at Ford Park. With time winding down, about 35 seconds and counting. Yarra wouldn't want any more scores to be in play at the moment, and they don't. They'll hold this ball up. The lead isn't where they want it to be, but wouldn't want it one more to come back into the forward line and put their defensive under pressure. And they don't. They link up well with Hansu Easton. They do get it forward almost for Sabiak, but couldn't get a kick forward. And umpire says I'll have it with just almost 10 seconds to go in this quarter. So you wouldn't think any more scores would happen if something ridiculous happens. Well, that's remarkable from here with Yarra again holding the ball in. There's the siren. Half time has arrived. And we'll take a quick word to thank our sponsors, NRQ, Swinburne University of Technology, High Depot, Pivot Sports Performance, Sports Safe Australia, Hair House, are all our sponsors for today. Thank you very much. We will also take a look at the scoreboard with Yarra 1 goal straight to Easton. They have kicked 3 goals, 5-23. That is on the higher depot scoreboard. We'll take a break here at half time. The long break has arrived for the Div 2 girls here at Ford Park. We'll take a break. We'll be back with you shortly. Hello everybody, welcome back to Ford Park for this Interleague Division 2 girls game of footy. We've been treated to some good footy, good patches of footy in the first half and looking to do the same. At the moment, the scoreboard does read 1 goal straight to Yarra to 3 goals, 5-23 for Easton. So they have the lead at the moment. That's on the higher depot scoreboard. The coaches will be happy for East at the moment. If you think of the Yarra coaches, you'd be probably hoping for more, forward entries and the handball chains to link up also through the middle of the ground and get some centre clearances, which is what they sort of lacked into that second quarter, I should have said. So they're looking for that sort of spark in this second half as the ball is thrown up from the umpire and the rucks do go to work, and it's the same sort of play at the moment. The style, it's the handball, and the handball chains aren't really linking up as both teams would be hoping for, but it is Yarra trying to just muscle this ball. They do get it out almost. As the umpire tries to scroll to get out the way at the moment, and it's Easton who do sort of get this ball, but they will be locked up and have a stoppage. Still in the centre square position. The rucks will go at it again, and it's McGillen for Easton who does get the tap towards a teammate, and they can rebound now at the moment, and it's Batston for Easton who does get the clearance, and the ball will go towards the centre half forward mark, and again it's the running handball chains that could work out here at the moment. Yarra do well to scramble their defensive line on the goal line, and they do get it out momentarily, you think, because Easton should be well set up. They aren't a little bit, but the ball might just save the Yarra at the moment with the ball almost going over the line, and they'll try and link up with the handball in the back line. Yarra do their kick, but Easton's pressure still there in their face every time they get the footy. Yarra almost with the relieving mark to try and get it back towards their forward line, but they couldn't. And the ball ping-ponging around, as we've seen all game so far, with this rain sort of teasing down at the moment. It was not raining that much at half-time. Towards the end of the half-time break, it was sort of coming down, but now it's just sort of teasing the little showers as the balls will be thrown up at the Yarra bench right in front of the coaches. And the ball will be thrown back in for the ruckman to go at it. And the ball will be still in the congested sort of area. Yarra do get the kick away, but it's straight to an Eastern opposing player. Kick will go inside the forward line. And umpire does say play on, keep going. Exactly what they do with Eastern, trying to run their way through this defence. It is tough, but they are all scrambling back. Yarra has got the numbers back. If they can get this ball in their favour, they don't. It's Yarra again. They've got players in the forward line at the moment, so they can possibly get a shot at goal here. They can't, and it's Eastern who get another shot at goal, and it just falls over the boundary line. So they'll get a stoppage in their forward pocket to Eastern. And we've seen a lot of times in their forward pocket the ball will be thrown in. The ruckman, again, will go at it. Ball was thrown in, and both ruckmen not really winning the ball towards either their teammates. The ball will be kicking in danger. The free kick will go to Yarra. So a relieving moment for the defenders. Could be momentarily, could be for a while, you never know. As the ball is kicked, but it's going to be almost marked for Eastern. Almost a mark coming from Batson again. And again, it's the repeat inside 50s, and the kick went forward from Taylor, and the ball sort of ping-ponging at the top of the goal square. A snap, and it touched off the boot. So almost a little moment there for Eastern get the first of the half, but it was touched, and the goal umpire sort of heard it, and so did the field umpire, and they both came to the agreement it was touched off the boot. Good umpiring. As Yarra looking to try and get out of this defensive wall that Eastern have really set up. They're not letting any balls to go past that sort of centre back region. Again, it's almost the kick to the teammate advantage for Yarra, but again, it's those players like Batston who just trying to willingly put the head over the ball and try and get it back into their, goal square with where their tall timbers are. That's a nice little smash out from their ruck. Eastern, the ball does not travel a lot, so umpire does say not 15, keep going. Yarra, pressure everywhere on them with Eastern, everywhere in their face when they get the ball. And the ball will trickle over the boundary line. So probably the best result you can hope for if you're Yarra. And the rucks will collide in this, still in the forward half for Eastern, but it will be McGillen for Eastern to go at the ruck. No real winner again. Ball fell out the back. Again, it's Batston who tries to get a hand on it. Couldn't. As ball it'll be ball up again. A late whistle there as the players almost got it out. Another tap down from either ruckman. Yarra, they tried to use their handball chain to get out. As we've seen, it hasn't been the best sort of way to exit their defensive line. And the ball, you'd think, will go over the line again. And it almost does, but they do well to keep it alive here. Through Sayo, couldn't get the handball. Now she does. Gets it to a teammate. Teammate's barking instructions, but the ball will go straight back to Yarra. They've got the wall set up now at the moment, so they should be all set to go forward, and they do. And they choose the middle of the ground, which is very, bold move, considering this Eastern backline has been really good all day. Or all night, I should say, or evening. As the ball will be thrown up again. Again, the ruckman come into position. And it's the two rucks, and it's Eastern who win it out of the sort of the congested sort of clearance, and the nice shepherd. They got two players there, Yarra, but again, it's Eastern who full numbers for the ball. That was really, really, really nice play from Jean. He's got the handball to her teammate who unfortunately had a fumble. That's a bit of a lingering tackle there from Eastern again, but Yarra, nice contest in the middle of the ground there. They did that really well, did Yarra. They got it forward. What they have to do now, get past this defensive line for Eastern. The handball didn't find a real target for them, but now they can show their pressure. Their pressure's been very, very good now at the moment, Yarra. And they'll try and hold this ball up here. It would be a good result for them. They don't. At the moment, it's still just balls just ping-ponging around right in front of us here in this com box at the moment. It will go, it's paid 15, but I don't think they heard that, so they went forward, did Eastern. And it's the Yarra who's just trying to get the ball forward, but again, the wall's just set up there for Eastern. And now they can really try and go forward, and McGillen again, who tried really hard to get it forward, but she couldn't. And now the ball will be at ground level again with both teams just trying to get it out. And it's a very tough game to look at the moment, with the scoreboard looking in favour of Eastern, and Yarra trying to fight back, but at the moment they can't do very much with the certainty that Eastern have. And now they will get a clearance here, does Eastern. And again, it's stopped there. Brands tried to get a disposal. She couldn't. Have another ball up here in the forward half for Eastern. There's Whitemore, nice tap down there to not really a teammate. It was straight to Eastern players, and they ran forward, and now they can get another repeat inside 50. That was okay. Got it forward. That's all you have to do now from their Eastern. If the Eastern midfielders try and get it forward, no matter how they get it forward, the forwards do not mind in these conditions. It's tough to mark, but Yarra doing well again defensively. Ball just being stripped out of the tackle a lot in this contest. As we see again, they do get a handball out, and a goal has been almost kicked, but it's hit the post. So it's another score, another behind for Eastern, and they move to 3 goals, 7-25 to Yarra. Just the 1 goal straight. That's on the Higher Depot scoreboard here at Ford Park. As the kick again comes out, it's a mark. Umpire says, yes, I'll pay it. And now they can get another re-inside 50 from Taylor. She goes long. It's just to not the advantage of her teammate. They go out again in the forward pocket, where the ball has sort of lived in this third quarter. The ruckman will come into it again in line with the boundary, and they will go tap down. They try to get a sort of boot or a hand to it. They can't. Yarra's defence doing very, very well. Almost picked up by Batson again, who's been everywhere in this contest. In the middle of the ground. She might get her hands on this one, and I reckon she will. She does. So, a moment to put the Eastern up by a little bit more. We'll go to the top of the goal square. Almost marked. Off hands, though, with Yarra in front of the contest, and they rush it through smartly for another behind. That moves the scoreboard ticking over. It's now 3 goals, 8-26 Eastern to 1 goal straight for Yarra. That's on the High Depot scoreboard. And that'll be a free kick now. And it'll go to Yarra. So, no, umpire says yes, it will go to Yarra. Eastern tried to steal that ball, but they couldn't. Umpire was right onto it. Now, really an unnecessary handball there from Yarra. And they try to scramble this ball out. They do well. You sort of get to this side where there's no one here. So it'll become a foot race here. So you can see a lot of the players streaming towards the fall. And I think this would be a good result for Yarra if they can hold this footy up. They do. So smart play. Getting their midfielders back into the contest and try and repel, get the ball out, getting their forward line, which they haven't done a lot in this third quarter. We can see Eastern just closing them in and trying to score as much as they can. As the handball came out for Eastern, but no teammate. Again, fighting into that pack. It was Whitemore. Couldn't do much with it, but she'll have to go back into the ruck now. And it's against McGillen. But she gets a tap, does really well for Yarra. And a little kick out there. Could have been a kick in danger. Umpire said no, keep going. Another ball up here. Centre forward for Eastern. Again, it's Eastern just handballing the ball forward. No matter how they get it forward, they'll take it. And it's a kick towards the goal, and it'll just fall out of bounds. The kick was from Firth for Eastern. Got the ball in. It'll be a good time to thank our sponsors for today, NRQ, Swinburne University of Technology, High Depot, Pivot Sports Performance, Sports Safe Australia, and Hair House. Thank you to all our sponsors today. I was looking for 2 good games of footy. As we know, there is a Div 1 contest for the girls another interleague game, Eastern versus Yarra. They'll be playing straight up this one. Another one to look forward to for the fans who's packed out Ford Park here today. All under cover, you'd assume, with this rain sort of coming down. But not at the moment. It's sort of stopped a little bit. So it could be better for the players here at the moment. And it's the Yarra who get the clearing kick out. Almost a mark there, but it'll fall in the hands of a couple more of their players, Yarra, and they try to get the ball out of their defence, which they haven't done a lot again in this quarter or in this real game at the moment. It's just been living in Eastern's forward line. And again, it's Eastern tackling pressure, not letting Yarra get this ball past their forward half. They almost had a chance there, did Yarra. Umpire says, I'll have it again. The rucks again. We'll go at it. Well done by Whitemore. Did really well to get the tap down, but no one was really there. But now they can sort of reassert on this wing in front of us here. The ball will go forward. Again, that would have been Cox who got the handball to her teammate. And that could be holding the footy. And guess what? Umpire says, yes, it is. A brilliant tackle. And it's now Toomey who did a really good tackle there. Now we can just hold the ball up in the middle of the ground for Eastern. They tried to take the middle of the ground and they couldn't do much with it. With the middle of the ground sort of clogged up for Eastern with Yarra scrambling back in defence. Did a very good job there to hold that sort of foray forward attack. And now Yarra trying to link up with their handballs. They do that pretty well. McCall tried to muscle out on the footy. They couldn't. And now again it's Eastern with the, I guess, the re-entry. And it will come from this sort of wingish position in front of us. And we'll go to another short target centre forward mark. And again, another mark. Centre forward here for Eastern. They can lower their eyes and find a target, and they do. So a mark they needed, and it'll come from Jeans, who's been good too all day. None of those players who's been very, very good. Could be on for that best on ground for the Pivot Sports performance. But she kick goes narrow, and it'll be a behind. Yarra will try to escape. They've got some numbers out here on our side. The ball will fall. Yarra is trying to assert themselves. It's now Dowson. Takes the mark. Umpire says, not play on. Now it is. Kicks the middle of the ground. A very, very, very risky kick. Not sure about that in this moment in time in the game. Yarra trying to scramble back their defenders. They did okay. Almost got a handball out for Yarra. They do now. They can link up. They got players out on this wing in front of us. They almost do. Did that very well. As Eastern, again, you can just see them. They just know what to do. They've got that massive wall set up in the middle of the ground. You haven't seen a lot of forward entries for Yarra in this quarter. I don't think we've actually seen one forward inside 50. So credit to the backmen for Eastern. They've been awesome in this start of the second half. And probably for the first, I guess, second quarter as the ball goes inside the forward line for Eastern again. As we've seen a lot in their forward line, Eastern, the ball just gets held up and I guess they can't really get a clean shot up from Yarra. So again, it's Yarra defending well, but they can't really get that ball out into an effective space. It's Eastern again who just try to muscle their way on the footy and it's out in the full. That'll hit the behind post, so it'll be a free kick to Yarra. Can this be the moment where they can get out of this sort of defensive trap that Eastern have set up? It is going to be tricky. Kick isn't the best. It'll fall into the hands of an Eastern player. They can pick it up. They can have a shot at goal. They can't. And scramble back to Yarra. They did really, really well to hold the ball up. And again, it's the power of their backmen who trying to almost get the ball out, and they do. Momentarily, though, you'd think, because Eastern are set up like they've been all quarter. And it'll be a ball up again. As we look at some of the players that try to get involved in that contest, Batson again, who's just trying everything to get the ball to boot. And it's trying to get the ball forward, and they do. So, and mark the opportunity, no drop. Good defence from Yarra. Got to the contest, and now the, I guess, small backs have to get and help back the relieve their tall backs, and they can't at this moment in time, and the ball will go for another behind. So, again, it's Another missed opportunity for Easton to sort of put this game to bed. It's now 3-10, 28 to 1 straight for Yarra. That's on the Higher Depot scoreboard. And the ball almost come out for Yarra. Another almost mark opportunity to get out of this defensive trap Easton have set up. And Yarra, they do try to use their hands. They do well. It's a risky kick across the goal, but sometimes you've got to do the risky things to get out of the defence that Easton have done. And Yarra will do well to hold this ball up in this pocket position for Easton. Right in front of the clubhouse, you could say, for this Ford Park. In front of the fans. We'll have a good seat for this one. And the ball will almost go over the boundary line, but it won't. That's the umpire waiting to blow his whistle. He will now. Crosses his arms. So Yarra just have to do everything they can to just not let this lead blow out as much as they can. They've got about 2:45 left on this clock in this third quarter. You wouldn't want to let one more go, and it could be the moment. And it is. It almost, goal umpire took a little bit of time to, I guess, get over to the ball and see if it went over the two big sticks, and it did. So that's a one they needed, did Easton. They can sort of put this game away from them now in these next 3 or 4 minutes. That's another one to the scoreboard. So they reassert their dominance in this second half. Yeah, it's 1 goal straight for Yarra, and it's 4 goals, 10 for the Eastern Football Netball League. They now it's on the Higher Depot scoreboard here at Ford Park. So again, it's just the pressure, the proceed sort of re-inside 50s. They've done a great job all day. Well, what I should say now is it's getting towards that time where it's sort of the conditions aren't the best, as the rain has been tumbling down all day. We don't know what we're going to get in the next sort of 10 to 20 minutes with this weather. But let's hope the rain does stay away for not just the players' sake, but also the fans' sake under cover. And it's another ball up here in the middle of the ground. We'll just wait for the ruckman to go at it again, and they do. The clean tap down was nice from Easton, and they got the ball forward rolling. It's another sort of centre-half forward scrap here. It's normally the Eastern that win that one, but now this time it's Yarra. They get the ball out. And they'll just probably hold this ball up here, Yarra. It's a smart option, but they don't. They use their hands, and they do pretty well, to be honest. They got it out, and all of a sudden they can get and go, and it's McCall again who gets the ball forward. No matter how you get it forward for this Yarra team, you just got to do something different, because at the moment it's been pretty predictable for the Eastern defenders to read, and that's what you don't want when you're a forward for Yarra. As the tap will go down, and Yarra almost get the ball forward as the rain starts to tumble here at Ford Park. And again, it's just it'll be a ball up again, so Yarra, a moment where they've got in their forward half. What can they do at the moment? They do well. They use their hands and they get it forward. This is an opportunity they want, and they almost get it through Cox, who has drifted forward in this third quarter. Hasn't seen much of it then in the ruck in the first half. It's just locked up here again, and it's tough to read for either team. Now all of a sudden Easton get the ball forward, which is done all day on this wing. But it's Yarra who retrieved the footy. That's a lovely tackle. Umpire said, you got your hands, and there's the siren. So Easton, another dominant quarter of footy. Welcome back to Ford Park for this last quarter action of the Div 2 Interleague game between Easton and Yarra. The game has been sort of one-sided at the moment, but you never know in the last quarter. This rain, as you can probably see, is teeming down. It's a tough watch at the moment with all this rain, but you never know. Strange things can happen in AFL football, so we'll have a go and we'll see how we go for this last one. The players are getting into position. Just to recap on the scoreboard, it's 1 goal straight for Yarra, 4 goals, 10-34 for Easton, and that is all on the Higher Depot scoreboard. And we are ready for action almost in this last quarter as we wait for the umpire to hold the ball aloft and the siren to be sound. There it is. So torrential rain here at Ford Park, but you never know. So here we go. It's Yarra who do get the sort of a certainty in the ruck. That was Cox too, who's coming into the ruck for this last quarter. As it's going to be another one of those quarters where the ball is just almost being picked up and then tackled immediately, and the ball will be thrown up by the umpire again. So it is going to be one of those quarters where you sort of wish the game was a little bit closer, and you never know, you could be back into this contest, but it's looking tough for Yarra at the moment with the sort of limited injuries they've had in this contest. As the ball's in front of us, with this rain really probably getting heavier at every moment. And again, the ball will be locked up almost with all the Eastern players, and Yarra, again, nice tackle again from Cox. He's trying to assert her dominance in this last term. Almost high contact there for Yarra, but Eastern did really well to get this ball and get it out. So did that really well. They needed to also, because the certainty for Eastern is getting pretty out of control in this contest. So if they can get the ball forward, any means cost, they will now. A little kick inside the forward line. It's tough again, and the ball will just trickle out, and they have some players open there. Yarra almost found the target, as you can sort of give them the excuse, the rain, as it has 100% got heavier at the moment. It is tough to see. Windy footy, almost a chance there for Yarra at the moment. Could have been a shot at goal, but unfortunately for them it won't be, and it'll be a free kick going to Yarra. So a moment here, a big moment in the contest for this last quarter. You never know, this tight angle is a tough kick, but if Yarra can take this opportunity, and they could give them a little bit of belief and hope in this last term. The kick will go, the kick will almost travel through, but it'll go for a behind, and it will be another minor score in this contest, and this time it's Yarra's first minor score for the Yarra Junior Football League. It's their first minor score, so it's 1 goal, 1-7 Yarra to 4 goals, 10-34 Eastern. That's on the High Deep Oats scoreboard, and it's now Eastern who just repel, and that's what the Yarra have been able to do, get the ball out of their defensive line, and in front of us here now, they try to run into the footy and expect the ball to go out, but it won't at the moment. But now is a chance. The ball will go forward, and it will be marked. So now it's another chance for Eastern to get the ball forward for their forwards, which we haven't seen so far in this quarter. Another nice kick, and they can sort of hold this ball up and wait for an option to go itself. It's now Grant who kicks it in and almost finds a target. They had a couple of players on there short. Now they'll try and use the handballs. It almost came out to Matston, who's been good all day. But it'll be another ball up here with this rain just getting heavier and heavier. Might be thinking I'm exaggerating, but it's not. It is really teeming down here at Ford Park. The ball is thrown up again, and now it's Yarra to get this ball out there. They do that really well, they do. So they do get it out, Yarra, momentarily you'd think, because the setup wall is there for East, and they do get the handball, but almost picked up. But Yarra do well to get this tackling pressure going. So we haven't seen this a lot. Just trying to lock the ball in this sort of position where they can go forward, and they do now. So that's a moment. And they get it forward, Yarra, but man, person in front here is for Easton, and they can sort of hold this ball up, which would be a good result for sort of both teams you'd expect. And the ball is still moving at the moment. And it'll be stopped now with the umpire saying, give it to me. As the Rucks will jostle for position again. Ball does come out. Again, it's just that scrappy sort of contest we've seen all day. And it's going to go in the favour of Eastern at the moment. They've taken their chance when they went forward in the first half especially. As Cox tries to go the ruck work against Tivy. It's one out by another Eastern player. And it's just the story of the day at the moment. It's Sanjo who gets a handball option. Got it forward as best as she could. It's Eastern who get a clear out kick. We've seen all day those little moments where you don't know what's going to happen. It's all gone the way of Eastern, and Batson got a little kick forward to her teammate, and now they can really go forward at the moment. Yarra went through legs, so a dangerous spot here for Eastern to attack. You'd think the umpire would ball this one up, and now he does. So a moment now for Eastern to almost put this game to bed with 14 minutes left in this contest. one more goal would, do you think, put it out of doubt? And it'll be a free kick going to Eastern. And it's Grant. He kicks the ball inside the forward line. Almost again to her forward, but they just can't really get the hands on the ball. And again, the excuse is the ball is slippery. It's not the best conditions to be a tall forward here at Ford Park when the ground is normally in peak condition. All this rain's probably not helped them, and now they'll get a ring inside 50. They're forwards and almost a mark for Eastern. And again, it's just the handball at ground level been very much more cleaner than Yarra have been. Umpires said not 15, play on, keep going. And a chance here would have been kicked. And it has. The umpire says yes, it has. Want to come from Jeans, I think, from Eastern. It's pretty tough to see with this all the congestion around the footy. But you just got to kick away, and long and behold, it went through the big stick. So that's another one for Eastern. They could probably put it beyond doubt at the moment. That one just will put a dagger in the heart of Yarra at the moment. They've tried hard all game, but at the moment the scoreboard does read 1-1-7 Yarra, and Eastern 5 goals 10-40, and that's on the High Deep 8 scoreboard. Rucks go back at it again. Cox, who wins it out for her teammate, just couldn't get the kick away, and the handball was really, really well done by Eastern, and they attack the forward line now at the moment, and a good mark. So a big moment now. Again, it's Marshall for Eastern. They get it forward, and it's going to be almost over the boundary line. They did really, really well to hold that ball in, and umpire said that's holding the ball, incorrect disposal. As we could all see in front of us, as the umpire tries to put back on the mark, but I think the play on call came quickly. Stopped the play there. Again, it's Eastern with the ground ball level skill has been much better the whole game. As an Eastern player is down behind play, and the ball will now escape for Yarra. We have a close eye on that one. That's on this wing at the moment in front of us. Ball kick from Yarra. This is the chance they can get forward just a little bit. Some momentum in this game. Get the ball forward, get some stoppages. They can't though. And umpire says we're going to have to stop this contest because we have a player down, and that player is Badston, who's been good all day. And you hope for her that this is nothing very serious. She has been down for a little bit of a while. She sitting upright at the moment. It'll be a stop in play. The umpire's done correctly. They've stopped it, as the trainers will come on to assist her. And as I said, I hope for all the best. I'm not sure what the exact incident. It could be a lingering tackle or a bump. That the players will go into a little bit of a huddle here. Midfielders for Eastern also, as we wait for the medical staff to do their job and help her off the ground. So another shining light for Eastern today. Badston, she's been in the contest. She's one of the people for Eastern who's won the contest all day. Got the ball forward for her forwards and converted going inside forward 50. So credit to her. She's been fantastic all day. There's another nomination for the best on ground thanks to Pivot Sport Performance. Probably a good time to mention our sponsors for today: NRQ, Swinburne University of Technology, High Depot, Pivot Sports Performance, Sports Safe Australia, and Hair House. Thank you to all our sponsors today. Reminder, we are here at Ford Park on this cold Melbourne night. It is torrential rain off and on all day, but now it's just the rain ain't stopping for no one at the moment in this last quarter. It is tough to judge if you're a coach to put the players on that you know they can be good in this sort of condition. And it's Yarra who do win the ball here, so that's a good start for them for the restart. But it's Eastern again who just repel. And they do that again and again and again this contest. As the ball will go out. Almost a chance for Manio to get the hands on the footy. But the umpire will ball it up. I'll throw it back in here right in front of us. Lovely throw in, might I add. Fantastic for the Rucks to go at it. And it's Yarra who trying to get the ball forward. They do almost. You can just see them just, no matter how they get it forward, they're just trying their hearts out. It was Moss then before it was Moss before who tried to Sort of creep it forward for Yarra, trying to get a forward entry, as we've seen this ruck battle all day. And it's Yarra who win the clearance, which we haven't seen all day. And it's a nice tackling pressure inside their forward line. That's what they have to do at the moment. They have a player who's crept back into the goal square. Opportunity if they can get it forward. They don't. It's Easton again who just trying to hold this ball up, and they can't at the moment. And now it's Yarra who try to muscle their way on the footy and get it forward. Again, they do. So we don't normally see this often in this contest. We've seen a lot of the players sort of get back into the contest and try and get it forward for their forwards for Yarra. As the rain is still coming down, so it's hard to mark any footy or pick up a pill. And there's the ball almost at the boundary line at the moment. Umpire might do the smart thing and ball it up, but no, he lets it play. And the ball's keep alive here in the pocket for Yarra. They have players going forward, drifted out the back. They've done that really well. Yarra actually, they got the ball forward and locked it in. So that's what you have to do, especially when you're behind the scoreboard. Get some territory. And again, it's Yarra who trying to win the tap, and kick will go across goal and through behind. So a minor score there. As Yarra moved to 1 goal to 8 to 5 goals 10-40 for Easton. They've been ahead on the scoreboard all day, and they that's on the higher depot scoreboard. A nice mark coming out of defence now for Easton. They can sort of hold this ball up and just find options if they can. Ball come to ground. They'll get a nice kick though on this wing. Get the ball almost turned over. Almost a chance, and it'll go to Easton again. So they can repel and they can almost get a mark almost for their forwards. But again, all day, it has been Grant, who's been in and under the contest too, drifting forward at some point, trying to find a target going forward. And again, it's the Rucks just trying to muscle their way on the footy, and they've done okay all day. It's been tough to get a handle in this game, but the players that do, that normally the team that wins. So Tevi in the ruck again for Easton does well, get the ball out to her teammate, and it'll come out to Firth again, who turns it over. And then it'll be a kick off the ground for Yarra, so they can sort of get a foray forward here, you'd think. But again, it's Grant again who gets the ball forward. And Yarra just trying to assert, but it could have been kicking in danger there, but Easton get it forward by a kick off the ground, and vice versa does Yarra. Well, no one really wants to have the risk to pick it up, but now all of a sudden they do. And they try, but it's a good smother attempt. The kick was coming from Ferguson. You couldn't do much with it. And now Yarra just trying to use their handball game to get going. And the ball almost goes over the boundary line, but stays in play. And it's Easton again, hands on knees and get the ball forward. They've got handball options, and Yarra have scrambled back defensively and done that really well, except the kick is pretty dangerous, but could fall on hands on their teammates, and it does. But the ball will be coming back almost. Drop mark for Easton. Probably a snap around the corner here to the top of the goal square, and a mark has been taken and a play on, and it is a behind. So not the time to rush. Take your time in these conditions. Wasn't the time to rush for that sort of, I guess, play when you had the shot for goal. It's now 5 goals 11-41 for Easton. 1 goal 8 for 8 behinds for Yarra. That's on the higher depot scoreboard. This ball might go out again, but no, it keeps it alive. That's what they've done really well all day, Easton. They've kept the ball alive as much as they could. And the ball will just be scrambled on the ground, and again they try to get the ball out, and Yarra do really well at the moment to get that ball outside the 50 at least. That's what they had to do, and they did. And now Yarra can hold this ball up and link up with their handball chains almost, but fumbles and pushing the back. It'll be a free kick, and a little bit of they can take their time here a little bit, and they can just find an option if it opens up, and it doesn't, because it's going to come back, because Easton have got the ball again, as they've done all day. Done it really well. Could have been high contact. Umpire says yes, it was. Free kick will go to Yarra. That's Vias. Will have a free kick. Almost goes in the direction of Cox. Couldn't take the mark for Yarra. Ball will come to Grand Eastern. Do well to repeat it back into their forward half. With just under 5 minutes left in this contest. Everyone's trying to get their hands on the ball. Umpire said not 15. Keep going. Eastern do get the handball up. And all the players screaming, did you kick the ball, when they can't do it at the moment because Yarra's pressure is immense. We haven't seen this all day, but we can see it in the past 5 minutes. They've done really, really well. And to lock this ball up, it's what they probably want at the moment. They do. So, another lock-in play. As the ball is thrown up again. And it'll go to the favour of Yarra. And they can almost get the ball out. They try, but again, the tackling pressure from Easton has been good all day, and it's good there again. Rucks go at it again. It's Yarra almost get the certainty there. Ball spit out, almost thrown out there from Easton. The ball, players screaming for one another to get the handball up. They can't. Yarra doing really well to get the ground ball action going. Doing really well. On that occasion, Yarra almost did it. But I've seen all day, as I said, the Eastern defence have done really well. That was almost Rankin who got that ball out for Yarra. And now it's Eastern who just get the ground ball level going. Not a lot going on at the moment. It's just living in this sort of middle part of the ground. Might open up now with Eastern getting the handball chain, and they do. Go inside forward 50. There's an opportunity now. It will come through their centre forward. Well, the kick almost came through to a teammate. It was O'Reilly kicked it to her. Handball will come back in the middle of the ground, the middle of the 50. Another handball. The handball chains link up and almost a shot at goal. It was very, very close. The ball will be locked up. So O'Reilly had the actual opportunity to kick the goal. After that kick inside the forward 50, couldn't get the job done. As the umpire says, I'll throw it in. The field umpire says, no worries, chuck it in, mate. So he will. So there's a throw in. Rucks at it again. Easton have been good at this all day. The forward stoppages. But Easton do well to stop the ball, but ball comes out. It's Easton again who's on the case at the moment. Handball will come back. Check side. Attempt, and it's a goal. Took a bit of a while to realise if it was a goal or behind, but umpire said no, it's put it through. And a moment there for Deedon, who kicks the major. Deedon, who has seen a little bit in this last quarter. That's an opportunity with a check side. A nice goal. Could have been almost the goal of the day for thanks to our Sports Safe Australia. Almost an opportunity. But look at the scoreboard now. It's 1-2-8 to 6-11-47. It's Easton with the lead. That's on the higher pivot scoreboard. Higher deep eight, sorry, I should say. That's the scoreboard here at Ford Park. Yarra do well in this scenario, but it's just Easton who just edge it forward as much as they can. They'll get it here in their forward line, and almost a chance. Person in front left the forward to go at it. That could be holding the footy, umpire said. Yes, it is. Brilliant tackle. So Yarra will get the chance to get out of this. It's King for Yarra, who switches the play smartly. Not easy in these conditions, but did really well to just switch the play. It's a risky kick coming back this way. Not sure about that. But the ball will go to ground out the back. Yarra try. But again, it's Easton who just do enough to just get the ball forward. That's all they have to do at the moment. A crunching tackle. Again, it's been Grant who's been doing that all day. So, umpire will throw this one up again with just under half a minute remaining. Yarra try, and they try to handle the ball out of the congestion, but they couldn't, and tackling pressure, as it has been all day for Easton, on show again. Easton knocking the ball down. These last couple of seconds here at Ford Park. Yarra try to get the handballs out. Easton do well too. And there's the siren. Umpire holds his arms aloft and says, that's the game. So Final score to recap, 1 goal to 8, Yarra, and it's 6 goals, 11-47. A convincing win for Eastern. Their team has done a fantastic job today. Yarra had good little moments in the contest, just couldn't finish off their play in the forward half. It was an unlucky sort of game, or could have been what-if sort of game for the Yarra Junior Football League, but they couldn't get the job done. Thanks to our sponsors also for today, NRQ, Swinburne University of Technology, Hire Depot, and also Pivot Sports Performance, Sports Save Australia, and Hair House. They've been fantastic. We'll be back shortly for the next game. It's the Div 1 girls for the Interleague contest between Yarra again and it's Eastern again also. So we'll be back in just shortly. Thank you very much. See you soon.